Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's been a while, been dealing with some things, but I'm finally going to get started on all the prep work with this thing. We're going to take everything out of the engine bay except for the motor. The motor's going to stay in there for now because we have decided that we are going to rebuild this motor because we took the rocker cover off. Everything under it seems perfectly fine and it seems like it'll run again, and we don't want to have to replace the whole motor if we don't have to, because I'm sort of using this car as a learning experience, so getting to rebuild this motor would just give me a bit more of a benefit. Obviously it would be easier to just replace it instead of rebuild it, but my personal choice is what I want to do. I mean, in the end, this whole car is sort of a waste of time, but yeah, as I said, in my opinion, that's going to be best for me and to learn on, so that's what I'm going to do. We are painting the engine bay too. That's why we're taking everything out at the moment. I'm taking this interior out and putting the interior in that's going to be staying in it, because this was just put in temporary because I didn't have one yet. I have to take all these doors off and replace them with these ones. We're going to paint the interior of the car. I'm trying to think of what else we're actually doing to it. We have to straighten out this. Trying to get it focus on there, because when we get glass, obviously we want it to stay there as much as possible, so flatten that to give it as much of a chance of staying in as we can. Other than that, we're sort of just gonna do as we remember and as we think of things. Like this year, we're fixing that up. So I don't have everything to rebuild the whole motor currently, and originally it was obviously going to take a while and a bit more money, but I got sent out something and now it's going to take a little bit more money and a tiny bit more time, but it's going to make it so much cooler. I want to give a massive shout out to Macy and the people over at Max Speeding Rods for sending the turbo out for the skid car. I appreciate it very much. There is a link in bio, and also use code BLOODYAU for 10% off all your Max Speeding Rods purchases. And again, thank you to Macy and everyone over at Max Speeding Rods for sending this out. Alright, anyway, that's enough for the intro, and it's time to get started on this.
go, mate.
I want to get the marble out. You're fucking.
You better include it.
No.
Yeah. You wanted to what, sorry? What do you want to do?
Get
the marble out. Just remember, avoid everything else.
Right,
we don't have to paint this area yet either. Look at that, mate. Try not to get any on the paintwork either. Look how good that looks.
The interior is going to look heaps different though, hey?
Yeah.
Hold my breath. Burn a day one, man. No, I'm holding my breath while I'm doing it. You can get me one, but I'm doing this for now.
Areas. Make sure you go through these areas. Okay, yeah, inside as much as you can. Make sure you get down, don't touch this stuff. So that's paint in. Never done so. That's just going to do a whole anyway. That's what I'm doing. That's not so far. You're thinking about that. Make sure you get up to keep on floor here.
Yeah, the other side is getting better over then. The entire interior of the car is painted and finished. I'd started doing some work getting stuff out of there. My partner got this door on and it was looking pretty good. But now he's...
we put that on a while ago.
Yeah, but you fixed it up, I mean.
No. I've properly mounted it now.
Yeah.
Professionally with tech screws.
But then we've come to put this door on and...
Suffering from a bit of a gappage issue. And not lining up properly, not closing properly.
So if we can't get this door to work, then...
Pretty much the car goes in the bin.
Yeah.
That's the determining factor, pretty much. So with the door, you know, when you want to put it all back on, you want to line it up with the existing paint holes. You'll see markings around areas where the bolts used to be, where they painted it. Originally I tried using the original brackets, which they fell apart when I pulled them apart. Anyway, I tried using those. That didn't solve the door issue. And then when I tried putting new hinges on, put them in the original spot, matching up the paint marks and the leftover, you know, witness marks on the body itself. So that's where the door is supposed to be, but it just doesn't fit there at all. So
every other door on the car lines up.
Well, we've done one door. This door here,
it looks like all the other ones might line up.
Is, if you judging off by over here where the bad gap is, this door is obviously it's an old one, but it's still in the spot it's supposed to be. But it's clashing with this door. What else? The other side, the other door we had put on, lines up perfectly. There's no issues with that one at all. Yeah, opens and closes perfectly, buddy. Everything. I mean, even here the gaps are as good as they're gonna be for a burnt car. But yeah, all down there is basically immaculate. And then even here, even though this door has sagged a bit, the gaps aren't too bad. So with a new door here, it should be mint. There's a ratchet. So this side seems fine completely, but it's just the other side. We don't know what's happened there. I'm assuming maybe the pillar is twisted. Maybe the heat has twisted the pillar, but I don't know. Hopefully we can sort it out. If not, the car goes in the bin, and then that'll be the end of this. So, and that'll either mean we get a new shell and build Ratard into a new shell, or that means we completely give give up on the project and move on to something else. One of the two. But I'm going to do my best to try and line that up the best I can.
I don't know what I want to do regarding if that doesn't work.
We always discuss the potential choice of completely bolting the rear doors shut. The rear doors are really there for show. Really doesn't matter.
I need to go.
But if the body's too warped and we can't get shit to work properly, like the front doors, we need to make sure they work properly. That's a safety thing. You know, like if something were to happen in the car while it's out drifting or doing burnouts, whatever, on track, you want to be able to get out of it. Say a fire happens, you want to be able to get out. So the front doors need to be working perfectly. Otherwise, you know, it's just not safe and it's not worth building. So.
If we can't get it to work, then I probably will buy a new shell at some point, but it'll be a while.
Yeah, we'll focus on stripping this down.
I've already put money into this.
If that, you know, ends up being the thing, then we'll strip everything off this and keep whatever we can, and then we'll just go get another shell, whether that be organza, gold or not. We'll just get another shell that's ready to go, basically.
Yeah.
And we can just make it look like rat hard.
Yeah, and we'll probably chuck the motor out of this into it if the motor's still going good. So yeah, if that door doesn't line up, we'll probably take the motor, any parts we can salvage off of this, and put it onto a new shell. It's obviously going to be very annoying, a bit of a cunt, but you know, only so much you can do. We're going to work with what we have, which isn't very much.
It's fucked, man, so you can't expect to be...
Yeah, well, we always knew it was a possibility, just
Yeah, of course, yeah.
obviously hoping that we can do something about it.
I'll see what I can do, see if I can adjust it. Even if I put some shims between the hinges and then get the door to sit further back, that'll work.
If you need drink, let's get a drink from you.
Just cut the burnt bit off.
Alright, so we're going to put the front passenger door on, see how that lines up. It's not looking that great though.
Try and use the original hinges.
Yeah, we're going to try getting that on.
The other one's on.
Potentially try seeing if we could twist the pillar back a little bit.
Actually, you know what? These are fucked either way, so we'll take these off, we'll put the other hinges on, line them up with the, you know, the witness marks on the brackets where the paint is. Put them on, and then put the door on, and then that will decide whether or not we can do anything about that, and if not, then that's the end of rat tub, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do my best, see if I can do it line up. If not, yeah, that's it. See how we go.
So the bolts snapped in there, so if we can't use them, then the car's fucked.
Yeah, so what happened, I was gonna, like I said in the previous clip, I was gonna change these hinges over, however that bolt right there snapped, and you know, like I'm not putting tech screws in there like I did with the rear door or whatever. So if these hinges don't work with this door, and you know there's no chance, that's it for this car. But we did discuss some other plans, so I'm not going to say them obviously, but Rat's Hard will live on in a way, but it won't be this shell if you know this doesn't work. Obviously we want this to work, but anyway, we'll discuss some other plans. We'll see what if this doesn't work, we'll look into getting another shell and build. I'll give one hint if it's okay, but a completely different style of a car with stuff from this to live on. That's all I'll say. But I guess let's get this door on and find out whether I want to cry inside or not after all the work we did. So, I just want to say though, before anyone goes in the comments having a big whinge saying, "Oh, I told you so," like we knew this was a possibility from the get-go.
I mean, I was sort of expecting it, to be honest. I'm surprised we got as far as we did.
Yeah, I'm surprised that door lined up at all.
Yeah.
But either way, we knew what we were getting into. Like, not stupid. Like, the car was torched. You can't expect it to be perfect, and we knew that. But we thought we'd give it a go. And if this doesn't work out, well, at least we gave it a go. That's what matters. So, anyway, put this door on. We'll find out. All right. So, one good thing gave me a bit of sign of hope. Is the fact that this door here lines up almost perfectly all the way through. They're a little bit close to gaps, but they're near perfect. However, when I end the door, it does like that closes perfectly. However, when I do that, this entire door wiggles with it, which says the pillar's way too weakened to be usable. And when I was trying to adjust originally the door was a little bit sagged, and when I was trying to bring the door up a little bit by doing little movements to get it to line up and the striker to catch properly. If you want to record there and show what happens, I can twist the entire body just by hand like that. So it caves in that, and yeah, it twists the whole body. So. Just to do, I don't know if the camera picks up all this movement. Watch the door. Oh shit! There goes the fucking hinge.
Yeah.
Either way, you get the point. The hinge just let go, but yeah, it's fucked. So originally, I could get this door to line up perfectly. But that doesn't make sense for it to line up perfectly with this door. When this door has a gap I can stick my fingers through. So something's happened. I don't know if the entire roof is lent to one side and it's caused the pillar to twist in or whatever, or if the actual body itself is twisted in a way that affects the back here but not the front. So, and we did have a visual inspection from the back. We were looking through the back window, and we can visibly see that pillar is twisted a tad that way, whereas that one isn't. The camera don't really pick it up, but yeah, that's what we sort of looked at before. And
You can't see it so much because it's black, but
yeah.
So,
long story short, this car's fucked. It does hurt inside a lot, and a lot of it's because I had faith in it, but also because, you know, it was for a mate as well, to bring his car back to life. But, you know, him and us, we all knew this was a possibility. It's just unfortunate that it's come to fruition, I guess.
realistically, we should have checked that first, but
yeah, we should have really, because this door's always had a massive gap ever since the fire, and yeah, we should have checked this side first before we done all this extra work.
yeah, well, we got the entire interior painted, roof and everything,
ready to be put together.
and then yeah, I said we should probably put the doors on.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm fucking pissed about the work that we had to put in just to get to this. Fucking sucks, I tell you.
I wish we had to check the doors at least before I painted, because I spent $100 something on them cans. I've been waiting for them to come in. I've been waiting for a good day too. It's been heaps hot, or it's been raining. It's been months I haven't been able to work on this thing because of the weather and just not having the money to get the cans.
Plus we've got kids, you know, we don't always have the time to do it, so
yeah,
it's like now that we finally had everything work out pretty good that we could actually come out here and do stuff, and now to come to this fucking does suck. And we spent hours, I don't know, like it won't really show it in the video because it'll be chopped down a lot, but we've spent hours today using our entire day just
we've been out here since 9:30 in the morning.
There you go.
And it's
time now.
4:51 now.
So yeah, we've spent fucking a long time out here just to do the paint stuff alone, and now to find out this in the past like 10 minutes. So that sucks, man. That really fucking sucks.
It's definitely a bit sucky, but I've got some pretty good plans.
Yeah, I mean, look, the new plans will be sick. Obviously,
Not as cool as this,
not as cool
but
as this in the way that this car is, but yeah.
it's definitely going to make for a pretty cool skid car.
Yeah, the new
when
one,
it comes
the
to
new
it.
one. Obviously, it'll be a while away because we've got to find the time, and We got to find the right car and all that sort of shit. So it'll be a while away before we actually get into it.
So unfortunately, obviously the car is completely screwed, as mentioned. So I suppose that leaves. I suppose the video is really gonna have to end here because there isn't all that much else to do right now. I'm gonna pull this front end off tomorrow because I'm going to use this front end on my new skid car. Don't mind how the bonnet looks at the moment, it's just something sticking out of it. I had a whole idea before I got rat tarred that I really wanted to do, but just happened to end up with this. So I went with this for now. But obviously, now that this can't happen, I'm going to incorporate the idea that I was originally going to do with this. So it's still going to have rat tard's front end. It's not going to have rat tard's plates. And it's obviously going to be a different shell. It's not going to be a sedan. I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to say exactly what it is. But it's going to be cool. And at least part of this will be able to live on in a way. As my partner mentioned earlier, it was always a possibility. I expected it. I didn't have too much faith. I'd always been worried about it passing scrutineering for comps and whatnot. Obviously, not many places are going to allow it. I know one place that wouldn't care really, but you know, I wanted to be able to take it more than one place, so. As for the turbo is going to be going in the new skid car when I get it. I just need to obviously get some money for that. Anyways, I suppose there's not much else to do or talk about, so I'm going to end the video here. Massive thanks to all the people who did support it and didn't completely shut down the idea of the possibility of it happening. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you have a good night.